Don't know how well you'll be able to see the map, but this is the map of the reservation area at Wolf Creek State Park. All right, this is the entrance to the Wolf Creek campgrounds. I'll show you down here on the left. You got a non-reservation side. To the right, you'll have a reservation side. This video is going to be of the reservation side. They have a dump station right here to the left as you pull in for filling up with water. The downside of the placement of this, it's obviously great for dumping on your way out, 2 lanes. But give me a second, I'll show you the one downside to it. All right, down here, a little bit farther down, you got, it's like they designed a big circle for turning the camper around. But then they put the dumpsters in the middle of it. And then you can pull down and fill up with fresh water on your way in if you would like. I don't know if the dumpsters will impede your turning around or not. But then you get down there and there is no turnaround. So you'll also have to zigzag your camper to get back into the campground if you go that route. There are water spigots throughout the campground. That's how we tend to fill up. But that's only because we pick campsites near the water spigots. All right, as you leave the dump station area, off to the left here, you got the non-reservation side. That's where we're camping this time. It's generally where I prefer. This is the reservation side we'll be going to. Only reason I prefer the non-reservation side, don't mind my daughter there, my youngest. They like to ride their bikes. And in the non-reservation side, they got a huge area to ride their bikes. We can keep an eye on them. Reservation side, you don't really have that. All right, site 1 is a decent looking cabin. Site 2, right next to the cabin, and you're alongside of campground host. All right, this is site 4, currently closed for some reason, but it's right off the road. First campsite on the right when you come into a loop here. Site 5 is right across from it. Then you have site 6. Site 7. Site 8 right across from it. Site 9. And then 10. Eleven is right across from that. Site 12. $13. 14. Next to some vault toilets. Site 15. Site 16. 17 right across from it. Site 18. 19. And site 20. And 21. Site 22, which appears to be both that and this area. 23. 24. 25. 26 is another like V-shaped campsite. 27, and then right behind 27 is a water spigot. 28, 29, and 30. All right, we're coming down by site 31. Just to point out, in case it would bother somebody, you do have the road going down to the beach and boat ramp right alongside these campsites. And then a parking area right here. And I think that parking area is for a trail that is right over there. All right, you have site 31. Again, butts up against the road right behind it. Site 32 with a nice grassy area behind it if you'd like. 33. 34. Somewhat of a shorter campsite, but fairly wide. 35. 36. With the vault toilets right behind you. 37. Again, really short. Site 38. 39. Nice long campsite, decent shade, decent grassy area behind you. Site 40. 41 right across from it. Site 42. Again, very well shaded. 43 right across from it. Site 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. Site 50. Site 51. Wouldn't recommend this for a decent length travel trailer, but great for a pop-up or a shorter one. Site 52. Decent length. Site 53. 54. Both sides of this are 55. Then at the end of this section, you do have a trail right there, somewhat of a view of the lake, and a, I'd call it like cul-de-sac for turning around. All right, site 56. And again, right on the other side of those trees is the road to the boat ramp and beach. 57 is a paved site. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. Longer site. 63. Both areas. Site 64. Site 65. Reasonable length, but there is a decent, not a ton, but a decent downward slope going away from the road. Another V-shaped campground is site 66, or V-shaped campsite 66. And then you got a basketball hoop and a little bit of a court back there. Site 67. Right next to it is site 68, underneath 2 oak trees. Site 69. Site 70. 71 right next to it. Site 72, another V-shaped campsite for sliding your camper back there and having a spot for your vehicle right next to it. Site 73, Site 74, 75, 76, 77, 78 is a paved handicap site. 79 is another paved handicap site right next to it. Then you got the shower house. Site 80, another paved handicap site across from the shower house. 81, another paved handicap site. 82, 83, 84, and 85 would be your last handicap site. 86, 87, and 88 are all very close to each other. No, 86, 88, and 90 are all very close to each other. My mistake. This is 86. I'll get 88 and 90 walking up to them, but that shows the proximity of them all. But there's a nice little park behind them. Got the shower house there, and then site 87, site 88, 89, 90. Right across from the playground is site 91, 92, decent length site. It's right next to a parking area and the campground back there, plus vault toilets. 93, 94, 95, site 96 with a water spigot right behind it and a decent sized grassy area. 97, 98, and 99 back here off in a corner. And you got like a dead end road in front of you. Probably park your vehicle there if you'd like. Site 100, 101, 102 is right across from it. And if you see right above the stake for site 102 is a water spigot back there. Then you have a little loop back here. Site 103 is the first site inside of this loop. Site 104, site 105, and this one right next to it is 106. And this entire area is 107. Got your camper spot there and vehicle parking. All right, getting back out of that loop, that smaller loop. This right here is site 108, and you got the water spigot pretty much dead center in the camera's view. 109, but that was like campground host site. Site 110, site 111, decent length site, shaded very well by oak trees. Site 112, 113, shorter site. I got a 31-foot travel trailer, and I do not think I could utilize this site. I'd say it's better for pop-ups or smaller travel trailers. 114, 115, site 116, decent length, and you probably can't see it in the video, but right dead center is a fire pit for site 118, and above that is a water spigot. Site 117, site 118, decent length site, and a water spigot right there. Site 119, that you may or may not appreciate the trees right on both sides of it. Site 120, 121, 122, 123, 124. Right next to that is tent parking and a vault toilet. 125. Site 126. Decent length site. Your issue is going to be that tree right there, but right to the right of the tree and that picnic table is the water spigot that's also behind 118. All right, these are the tent camping sites. Site A is back here. That's the parking area. So you got Site A, Site B, Site C, D, Site E, fire ring over here, picnic table. So Site F here. Site G is this area. And H, kind of out on the point overlooking the lake. But you kind of walk right through all these tent sites as you're getting back to it. Not positive if I got Site 126 already, but you got Site 126 right across from the vault toilet, and right behind it, right next to the water spigot, or right next to the picnic table, is a water spigot. Site 127, nice, decent length, shaded site. Water spigot right there. And that's a community water spigot for all these campsites. Site 129 has to be a padded, like a concrete pad campsite for tent camping. Same with Site 130. Site 128, decent length site, but you got two trees right at the entrance of it that may make you nervous backing in. Site 131. Site 132. Again, it's not terrible, but you got two trees on that side right at the entrance, and then two trees over there. 133 is off on the other side of the road. Jumping back over is Site 134. 135. 136. And there is a water spigot right there. And another one, I believe, hiding back in this way somewhere. I'm just not picking it out right now. Site 137. Very good length campsite. Well wooded, trees on both sides. Have to have your, if you got a slide out, you'd probably have to have your slide out go right between these two trees right there. Site 138. Again, water spigot right there in the middle of the camera. And I'm really thinking there's one, yeah, there it is. Well, that's for the campground host though. Site 139, water spigot right off there in the middle. Site 140 and 141. And shower houses, men's side. Bathrooms are clean. Nice hot water. Again, clean. No issues with the shower houses here at Wolf Creek.